welcome to the third edition of the Ardenne Rally Festival, the sixth round of the Kroon-Oil Belgian Rally Championship and the second Division 2 rally. Division 2 is a championship in itself, but Division 1 drivers can score one Division 2 rally and add their points to their total tally. And this is the leader in Division 1, Maxime Petit, coming to the Ardenne Rally Festival for those points.
Maxime Petit,
why are you competing here at the Ardenne Rally Festival? We couldn't because it's a D2 event and we didn't want to go to the Ardennes, so I really like this part of Vres and all that. Had a lot of fun on this rally in 2022 and 2023 when we also won, so it was really a course that's close to our hearts. One of the competitors for Maxime Petit is Bjorn Six, who is a late entry with his Toyota Yaris. I've already noticed that you really have to manage your driving line well. We're driving on two-lane roads most of the time. It's quite technical. And yes, normally you'd be driving on a narrow road with a ditch left and right. But here you really have to try and maintain a good speed. If you brake too hard or downshift too quickly, it's going to cost you a lot of time. But I'm trying to look for a right setup. I want to rack up the miles and two participants in Rally 2 with Roger and Maxime Petit. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Maxime Petit, dus ik denk dat het wel leuk wordt.
Roger Ardenne is also driving a Skoda Fabia Ares Rally 2. Roger Ardenne, welcome to the Ardenne Rally Festival. These kind of stages usually suit you very well. Yes, absolutely. Last time that was the case. We always enjoy ourselves here, and we discovered that fluidity and so characteristic of the Ardennes, I may say so, from one corner to the next. So personally, I find it a bit more pleasant than 200 meters straight, followed by a tight right or left turn. So we'll see. It's been a while since we've been here, but it's my favorite area of rallying, and I really like it here.
Om rally te rijden, eerlijk gezegd.
This is Thibaut Mazin, leader in the Rally 3 Championship. He hasn't got much competition here. He wants to score points overall as well.
On arrive ici en tête du championnat.
We arrive here leading the championship to try and score some big points, and there's no direct competitor here, so I think in Rally 3, so it's a bit of a shame, but that's how it is. We know the championship is a little lacking in Rally 3, so we'll try to have a good rally. We still have things to learn. There's a new upgrade on the car that's come out, and we have to test it here, so we need to get to grips with that.
Lando de Potter, het is de tweede.
Lando de Potter, it's the second round of the Stellantis Cup as well, and there's one clear favorite. Yes, maybe. We did well in the Stellantis Cup last year when Hausmann-Gau also started well, but this is a completely different course. It's been a while since we've driven here with the Clio 3 years ago, that first rally with Jasper as well, so we're pretty confident. And we're off for 10 special stages in very sunny conditions. And Maxime Petit is first on the road with co-driver Renaud Armand. A win here would give him a very comfortable lead in the overall championship. And Petit starts well with the fastest time on the flowing stages, as you can see. Bjorn Six is not really used to these kind of stages, as you heard him say. Roger Ardenne has more experience here, but will that be enough to compete with Maxime Petit? Little handshake with Robin Buismans, his Belgian co-driver. And Ardenne immediately goes to second spot. Small mistake there, and that cost Ardenne a handful of seconds. Thibaut Mazin with his Clio Rally 3, trying to compete with the fastest of the Rally 4 cars. Mazin starts with the 5th time overall and first in the Rally 3 class. And here's Lando de Potter with his Corsa Rally 4. Stellantis Motorsport Rally Cup, of course, reserved to Rally 4 and Rally 6 cars of the Stellantis group. That is the Opel Corsa, the Peugeot 208 and the new Lancia Delta. Potter starts well with the fastest time in the Stellantis Cup. Here's Manuel Merlevader aiming for a podium finish in that said Stellantis Cup in the Rally 4 category, but he has some braking issues and has to be happy with fourth time in the opening stage and ends the loop in third. Right behind Corentin Fias, also in a Peugeot 208. Gap between the two is some 18 seconds. This is Lenny Coles in the Lancia Ypsilon Rally 4. Fortunately, Coles was very ill and these were the only meters he would drive and he had to retire quite quickly, as did Corentin Dozo with his Peugeot 208. He stopped the rally in the second stage. At the end of the first loop of 4 stages, Clément Willard is in 5th with his Opel Corsa in the Stellantis Cup Rally 4. That was a pretty close moment for Jean Baupin in his Lancia Epsilon Rally 6 in the Stellantis Cup. This is the president of the Royal Automobile Club of Belgium, Francois Cornelis, having fun.
Ik vind het een fantastische...
I think it's a fantastic place. It's a very beautiful, very good rally. Difficult, but very fast and enjoyable.
Het is ook een plezier voor mij.
It's also a pleasure for me to meet these people, to greet them, congratulate them. They do a fantastic job. And I have a fantastic co-driver as well. So, thank you.
Een fantastische co-piloot gekregen, hè.
Dank u wel.
This is the leader in the Belgian Junior Championship, Benoit Wautier, but he is having trouble.
Je m'y attendais pas, mais les pneus.
I wasn't expecting it, but the tires quickly gained a lot of pressure, so I came out of the stage and there were more than 3 bars in the front tires, so they absolutely had no grip. Front was sliding, the rear was sliding. I was a bit scared, and since then I've been driving calmly. I did the first loop calmly, and we're going to start to push a bit now, as usual. Never too fast at the beginning, and then we go for it.
Puis on y va.
Also in the junior standings, this Jean Baupin.
Ça se passe bien pour le moment. On a fait une petite frayeur.
It's going well so far. We had a bit scare in the first stage. We actually hit a house. We were lucky, but that's because the chicane had been shot and we were arriving faster, so the pace notes weren't the same, so that's what happened. And then there's the fight between the 2 youngsters of the RACB national team, between Nolan Lejeune and Emilien Allard. After 4 stages, the gap is 2.6 seconds in favor of Emilien Allard, who won the first 2 rounds. But he made a small mistake, Allard.
On fait un petit tout droit dans
We went straight into a hedge, so unfortunately we lost about 10 seconds there. Had a bit of a scare with the brakes, and after that it was my first little off-road in my career, so I got to get back into the swing of things, regain my composure. There you have it. It wasn't an easy stage. To the historic stand. Some great cars here, like that Opel Ascona of Loïc Vanquin, but certainly this BMW M1 of Olivier Breitmeier. What a sound. The start was a little difficult. We spun out twice, once in the first, once in the second. So we had to reverse several times to get back on track with the gravel. It was perhaps a little too ambitious at the beginning. And after that, we calmed down. We're setting decent times now, I think. But we've fallen a bit behind the leader. That leader is Frédéric Francois in his Ford Escort RS 2000. He has some 36 seconds in hand.
Een excellent départ ici au...
An excellent start here at the Ardenne Rally Festival this morning. Yes, I was a bit surprised because Olivier started ahead of us with the M1 and we have an Escort, but so far we've been driving it our way and it's working well.
Jusqu'à présent, on a roulé à notre main et ça fonctionne bien.
Indeed, we drive trophy Laurent Motin with his Peugeot 306 GTI. He's dominating the rally. Back to the Stellantis Cup then. Rally 4. Sergio Plattes is in 4th. With Manuel Merlevede now in 3rd.
Jammer hadden we de eerste drie.
It's a shame we had constant brake problems during the first 3 stages. At Belfontaine, after only a couple of 100 meters, the brake pedal completely went to the floor. Had to pump it constantly, and in the end, we managed to get through it. We had no problems during the last stage. We managed to set the 3rd fastest time, 5 seconds behind Lander. So I hope we get back on track. This is Toby van den Bergen. That is BMW. And he's in 7th overall.
Toby van den Berg, beetje ongelukkige start.
Toby van den Berg, a bit of an unfortunate start with a puncture in the first stage. Yeah, we were feeling confident. The Recce run notes were working well. The pace was consistent. And then suddenly I felt like the car was starting to lose grip. And last kilometer we felt the front tire go. And we don't know where it happened, so it's going to be difficult for the next one. In the Stellantis 4, Corentin Fias is in 2nd.
On a fait une bonne première spéciale.
We had a first good stage. We were right on the pace. The feeling with the car was good, so it's a good start. Thibaut Mazin overall in 5th, just ahead of Fias.
On s'y attendait un peu parce qu'on sait que Lander.
Kind of expecting this because we know Lander is very fast. He's a good driver, even if he doesn't have the same car here. Don't think the difference is too significant. So he's ahead on a fair basis. It's going to be difficult to catch him. He's taking us through the first 4 stages. And we'll see if we can improve by the 5th one. Is going to go all out and try to beat him.
Si ça vaut la peine ou pas de tout tenter pour aller chercher la victoire.
And here's Lander de Potter leading in the Stellantis Cup Rally 4 and 4th overall as well.
Een sterke start weer hier.
Not a good start here at the Ardenne Rally Festival. Yeah, the first stage was pretty good. Had a good pace. Co-driver's notes are correct. We made a lot of changes to tilts stages. This allows us to have clearer notes and know exactly where we need to position ourselves on the road. It's essential here because visibility is very limited. Track is wide, so it's going much better than expected. Björn 6 is in 3rd with his Yaris Rally 2, but a bit off the pace.
Moeilijk.
Difficult, very difficult. I noticed that we're sorely lacking in speed. We're lagging behind Roger and Maxime. But I think it's a great rally. When I look at the time, we're way behind, but I think the region is unlike anything we've ever experienced. At the finish, we both said, what a fantastic stage. We're going to try and improve the car a bit. The grip is much better here than back home, so we'll try to get some adjustments to make progress. But I have to say, we're having a blast. It's really great here.
Dat is ook wel leuk.
Small mistake for Roger Hodenius, but he's still in 2nd, 28 seconds behind the leader.
Ja, we hebben niet te klagen.
Yes, we absolutely have no complaints. I'd like to give special thanks to the team, to Stefan, to my engineer. We work really well together. They do a fantastic job helping me. And all I have to do is listen and try my best, and that's what we're trying to do. When we had a successful test day as well, when you see the progress we're making, it's really nice and fun.
Daarom ook de test, zeg maar. Als je ziet hoeveel stappen we daar maken, dat is heel erg fijn en leuk.
This man is dominating the rally. 4 fastest times out of 4 stages. Maxime Potier and Renaud Herman are leading the Ardenne Rally Festival. I have a couple of minor issues with the car. I'm not very confident about the front end, so we really need to work on that. We lost the front tire once or twice, so we're trying not to make any mistakes and also to gain experience on the stages. Because it's good to question ourselves when it's about the pace notes or the grip and try different things with the car. So it's pretty great here. These are the standings after 4 stages. Potier leads with 28 seconds in hand over Hodenius, and then it's 6 the Potter Mazin and Corentin Fias. Back in the Ardenne Rally Festival, the second Division 2 round of 2026. In the junior standings, Benoit Boucher is still in fourth with his Peugeot 208. With Jean Baupin still occupying the third podium position with his Rally 6 Lancia Ypsilon. And in the fight between the two RNT juniors, Emilien Allard lost a lot of time in stage 8, the second passage on Bourg-Seigne. He lost 11 seconds there.
Bourg-Seigne, c'est pas une spéciale facile.
Bourg-Seigne is not an easy stage. It's a stage for experienced drivers where you really have to maintain a rhythm, be very confident with our car. And I have a little trouble regaining my confidence after the first loop. I'm working on it step by step, but it's not simple. We started off at a bad pace in Bourg-Seigne, but there are 2 stages left, so it's not over yet.
Voilà, il reste 2 spéciales, c'est pas fini.
So Nolan Lejeune now has a 10.7 second lead over Emilien Allard.
Rally n'est jamais terminé.
The rally is never over until the last stage, so we'll see how it goes on these two. We'll do our best.
Et on verra bien, voilà, on va faire de notre mieux et voilà.
In the historics, Loïc Vanquin with his Opel Ascona is still in third. And Oliver Breitmeyer in his spectacular BMW M1 still in second. Very spectacular, as is the Ford Escort of Frédéric François.
J'ai vu un petit...
Saw a little show on the Circuit de Gadine stage. Yeah, apparently everybody was applauding us because we were a bit all over the place. Like they did 35 years ago, like they used to drive. It was really great, and the stages are magnificent. Everybody watching us should come and drive here. They have to come. This is real rallying. Toby Vandenberger with his BMW. He was heading for a good finish, but then this happened. And it was the end of the rally for the BMW driver. Clément Villard is in the 5th in the Stellantis Rally 4 Cup.
On apprend encore parce que nous
We're still learning because it's only our second rally. It's the first one I've done with my brother here in Rally 4. Started really well, but unfortunately we had a small gearbox issue in 3rd and 4th gear, so that cost us quite a bit of time. And every time, the first 2 stages of the loop, we set the second fastest time in both stages, but in the 3rd and 4th we lose a lot. So here we're left with the 1st and 2nd, so that's a good thing. The Rally 4, Sergio Platas as well in 4th in the Rally 4 Cup and 8th overall. Manuel Merleveder 1 spot ahead in both classifications.
De eerste proef, ja...
The first stage, yes, a bit enthusiastic with the braking, and we went straight, and I struggled to get back on the road again. I had to reverse, front, and reverse. So then we couldn't continue. We lost some 20 seconds in the end, so let's try and get to Fias, and if we can hold on to our 3rd place here. Fias in 2nd in the Stellantis Cup.
C'est super costaud et on se sent bien sur 3.
It's really tough. We felt good on 3 stages at Bellefontaine, a bit more like a circuit. We feel less comfortable, but we minimize the damage and attack on the other 3. Beaumazin is still in 5th.
À la régulière, là, c'est pas possible.
It's not possible to win on a fair basis. He's really fast. He drives cleanly. He doesn't make any mistakes. There you have it. There are 2 stages left. It's not possible to win this one, I think. Not going to take all the risks. And the man he's talking about is, of course, Lander de Potter, who has 46 seconds in hand over Thibaut Mazin. And he's still in 4th overall as well.
Lander de Potter voorlopig.
Lander de Potter, perfect race so far. Yeah, really. It's going great. The car is performing well. Co-driver's notes are good. Setup is good. The weather is magnificent. Stages are superb, so we're having a blast. Round 6, still in 3rd with the Toyota Yaris.
iets beter.
It went a little better. We made the car stiffer. Apparently the grip is much better here than at home. We installed a stiffer spring and it was more efficient. We're gaining about 5 seconds on each stage, sometimes even more. But we're still far from where we need to be. We see Maxime who's leaving everyone in the dust here, and Roger is having a great day too. But I think the conditions are fantastic. We're having a blast. These are some stages we really think is fantastic. It's completely different from the stages back home. Communication between co-driver and the driver is crucial here. When I drive back home, I only need confirmation, but here it's practically blind, and that's a real challenge. Jordanius is having a blast indeed. Still in second position with his Joker Skoda.
Betekent dat je...
Does that mean you're going to adapt your program?
No, nee, niet echt.
Well, not really. I always say we do it mainly for the fun of it, and this rally confirms that, but it's much more than that. Everyone is super enthusiastic about the stage, and the championship doesn't really interest me. I want to participate in great rallies, drive at great stages, and this is a great rally. Still leading and heading for the maximum points, Maxime Petit. Pushing the limit a bit with the tires, so we don't want to overdo it and make a mistake. There are places where I think I need to slow down a bit, so we're in a good rhythm, and Roger's setting some really good times as well. 2 stages to go. Maxime Petit leading from Roger Hodenius, then it's Bjorn 6, Lander de Potter and Thibaut Mazin. Final 2 stages then, but not for Roger Hodenius. The power of his Skoda suddenly lets go, and he has to retire from second place. There's a bit of a scare there for Brent Boudret as well in his Lancia. Still finished in 5th in the Stellantis Rally 6 Cup. In the fight at the front of that Stellantis Rally 6 Cup, and the junior rankings went to favor of Nolan Lejeune. First win of the year, beating Emilien Allard by 22 seconds. In historic, there was no stopping Frederic Francois in his Ford Escort, winning with almost 3 minutes over the BMW of Breitmeier. Overall, Manuel Merleveder finishes in 6th and 3rd in the Stellantis Rally 4 Cup. The 5th place overall for Corentin Fias, 2nd in the Stellantis Cup. Thibaut Mazin takes full points in Rally 3. That was his main aim. And after the retirement of Roger Hodenius, it's an overall podium for Lander de Potter, also winning the Stellantis Rally 4 Cup. Bjorn 6 finishes in 2nd and gets the AC Tronics Driver of the Day award.
De rallyfans hebben het...
Rally fans have appreciated your courage in coming here and competing on these stages for the first time, because you won the AC Tronics Driver of the Day award. Oh, we've never won it before. Thank you, I'd say. Thank you very much. It's the fans who give it to you, Bjorn. Yeah, great. Thank you. And Maxime Petit and Renaud Herman heading for another win this year. And important points for the championship.
On s'est très bien amusé sur le parcours.
We had a lot of fun, but I'm a little disappointed that the rally field wasn't what it really deserves. It's very complicated for everyone I know, whether it's organizing or getting drivers to come here. So I'm a bit sad for that. It was like fighting against myself here.
Ou que des pilotes viennent ici. Donc voilà, c'est ça qui était vraiment un peu triste, c'est de se battre à peu près contre soi-même.
So here are the final standings. 2 minutes in hand over Bjorn 6 for Maxime Petit, winner of the Ardenne Rally Festival. Lander de Potter in 3rd, and then Thibaut Mazin and Corentin Fias completing the overall top 5. In Division 1, Maxime Petit now has 40 points, 4-0, in hand over Bastien Rouard, and Cedric Chorin and Jos Verstappen are even further behind. And in Division 2, where Rally 2 cars are not permitted, Thibaut Mazin leads the standings from Corentin Fias and Lander de Potter. That was it for the Ardenne Rally Festival. See you in a couple of weeks' time for the next round of the Kroon-Oil Belgian Rally Championship.